Welcome. Today I want to take you for a gentle stroll down Nostalgia Avenue, as I have managed to procure what I believe is the majority of people my age's first PlayStation 1 games. And that's right, I said games. You see, if you were lucky enough growing up in the 90s to get a brand new PS1 all sealed and just ready to be played for the very first time, it came with a pack-in. It came with this, Demo 1, usually in a cardboard sleeve, which I don't have. Now, for those uninitiated, a demo disc is just as it suggests. It contains either a single level or a set time amount of a game for you to play it and just enjoy. See if you want to actually buy the full game. The general way we got these was on magazines for around £5, and they came out once a month. A little bit different to where you can just download a digital demo now. You have to remember, these consoles didn't connect to the internet. Now I remember mine vividly, and as much as yes, I did get a couple of games with my PlayStation 1, in fact the first game I ever played on it was Tomb Raider 2. Still love that game to this day. This demo disc enabled us to see what else was out there, what else we either saved up our pocket money or paper round money for, or just nagged our parents to buy us for Christmas and birthdays. It's a real treat to have another look down this. I'm going to put it into my PlayStation 3 because that's how I play all my PlayStation 1 games. It enables me to play them on a modern television. And we're going to have a look together. Let's go back to the mid-90s. And that intro takes me straight back to being a kid again. Now these did also come with movies which were generally sort of trailers for upcoming games. You can see here you got Broken Sword, but we're not going to spend any time on that. One, because I might still get copyrighted even all these years later, and two, who cares? Let's look at the games. And what a place to start. Crash Bandicoot. One of PlayStation 1's all-time great platformers. Yes, very, very frustrating, but also very good fun. And a series which is actually still going strong, I'm very pleased to say. I have actually recently picked up the Insane trilogy, but I haven't played it yet, so I think this might get me to put that near the top of the backlog. But I still had to go straight to this game, not just because it was first in the list, but because for many of us, it was our first 3D platformer. And I don't know about you, but it became a firm favourite, even though I was absolutely useless at it. And as you're going to see, can't really pretend to have got a lot better. But anyway, let's plod along. So one of my favourite things was always trying to fire the enemies into each other. So you're going to see me try and do that here, and fail abysmally. Got eaten by the carnivorous plant. But we're going to have another quick go, because I don't feel I got very far, and quite frankly, I'm enjoying myself. So get the apples, always important, and we'll get the mask man thing to protect us as well. Let's just get the TNA to make go boom. Right, one snake down, happy days, another snake down. I really do like these games. I'm not going to bother getting all the apples again because it is only a demo level anyway, it's just the first level. And I've just realised I died on the first level, not very far into it. So I did warn you I'm not very good. At least I don't pretend to be better than I am. And we're going to fire. Yep. That's what I was trying to say to you. One of my favourite things, if you could fire one enemy into the others, it always just made me smile. It always felt like, yeah, look what I've done. Nice little extra challenge. As much as that jump was as well, by the look of it. I did warn you I'm not very good. Right, I think that's enough for Crash. But yeah, still brilliant. Love Crash Bandicoot. Right, what shall we go to next? So much choice. Not going to bother with the golf or the football game because you probably won't be that interested in it. Got a few here I don't recognise, actually. Let's have a look. What shall we go to? Let's try a bit of Wipeout. Unfortunately, I can't get this game to work. The disc is scratched. I got it from eBay, I didn't check it. I bought it about 2 months ago, so I can't even return it now. So I can't show you this game, I'm really sorry. We are dealing with a 30-plus-year-old demo disc.
Reset button pressed, let's move on to something else. Can't let these things spoil your day, can you? So let's go back into the games, see what looks good. See if there's something... Actually, I don't recognise Descent, you know. I can't remember ever playing that. Let's give Descent a go. See how we get on. I don't even know what this is, so it'll be a nice surprise for me too. Right, so we're going to get into it now. There we go. Okay, so looks like we're in a mech or... No, I'm guessing more of a ship by the way it's controlling. We can tilt. This controls very strangely. So you're actually using the shape buttons to move. You can see here L1 and R1 are your weapons. Yeah, triangle is forward, X is backwards, and then square and circle are left and right respectively. And we're getting shot. Right, let's have a go, see how we get on. Where's the baddie? Where's the baddie? And I don't know why we're tilting. There's the baddie. Right, have some weapon. There you go. Rocket or missile. I can see at the bottom there, actually. We've got 3 missiles left. I'll be a bit more careful with them. But there's another baddie. Right, laser cannon time. Blast, blast, blast. And another one. I like this so far. It's different. I would assume by the name Descent we're in the depths of the earth somewhere. But it's just very bizarre controlling anything this way. It's a bit like when you play a PSP first-person shooter and you're using the shape buttons to aim. It's the only thing I can sort of liken it to. But look, see, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm dodging the fireballs, except for that one. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Something to collect on the floor. Maybe it's a bit of health. If you look at the screen, you've got a 24 and a 79. I'm guessing they're shield and health, respectively. I want to get into here. And when in doubt, shoot the door. Excellent. Hostage rescued. And maybe that's the aim of the game. As I said, I've got no idea what this is, really. It's a proper flashback because I am discovering the game just like I would have back in the 90s. I dare say I played this demo at some point because I have this disc. That's why I'm making the video. But I can't remember every game I've ever played. Right, more shooting. Oh. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. Have I blown up the bad thing? No, I don't know. Let's go and have a closer look. No, there's the baddie. And there's me dead. Ship destroyed. Okay, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Might have another little look at that later. Let's see what else we can find now. Die Hard. I've mentioned before on other videos that I like licensed games, and that's true, including for the PS1. I've got the Die Hard trilogy now. I was only playing it a few months ago with a friend of mine as we were revisiting a bit of nostalgia with it, and it's still good fun. It still holds up. The reason it's called the trilogy, obviously, is because it's based on the first 3 films, and this is the game based on the second film, Die Hard 2, Die Harder. No, it's not the most imaginative title, but awesome films. 90s action films. They were the peak. Actually, the 80s was really good too. Either way, let's look at the game. So it's an on-rails shooter. You could actually play this with a light gun. I remember doing that. I think a friend of mine had a light gun or borrowed it off a friend of his. But either way, it would only work on a CRT TV, of course, as light guns do. But, yeah, I mean, so far, I'm straight back into this. This is the very first level. I did actually play all the way through this back in the day. And it's marvellous fun. Very much a sort of Time Crisis-esque style of gameplay. Of course, I'm using a controller rather than a light gun. But apart from that, you are getting the arcade experience at home. And like I said, you could get a light gun accessory for the PS1. You could get it for the previous consoles as well, of course. And I just seem to have used a grenade and killed a load of innocent people. But, oops, let's shoot these as well. If you've ever played Time Crisis or anything like that in the arcades, you'll be able to jump into this straight away with absolutely no drama. It plays exactly like it, and that's a good thing. It is an arcade experience at home. So as you can see, the police shields on the bottom left, they're my life. When they're all gone, so am I. You've got your ammunition to the right, and you do have to manually reload it. It doesn't automatically reload, which I quite like. It just adds a bit to it. Shoot power-ups, health, ammunition, different guns. As you can see here, I've got machine gun to acquire them. I'm actually using it, though, machine gunny at the minute. When you get the special weapons, you can't reload them. You just use it until the bullets run out, and then you go back to your handgun. I do think from memory, when you get the twin handguns, double Beretta, as long as you don't let the bonus one, run out of ammunition, you do keep it if you just keep reloading it. It's a random thing to remember, but there you go. And I've got to say, I don't think I'm doing too badly. You do get, as you can see in the top left, some bonus weapons. So you get missiles and grenades. I'm not using them much at the minute, but we'll have a little play later on. Remembering when this came out, I think it's quite impressive for home consoles. At least when I first saw it, I was impressed, because it's like, wow, I've got an arcade game at home. It was impressive at the time. It's perhaps something that if you're a little bit younger and you didn't experience it firsthand, you might be thinking, what on earth is Fat Boy talking about? But I'm telling you, this was a big deal. And we've got the explosive thing as well. Nice. You don't get many on-rails games anymore. I suppose games and everything have moved on, but just occasionally I wouldn't mind playing something like this. I was playing the House of the Dead remake on the Switch the other day, and it gets very similar style of gameplay, although obviously very different art style and type of game. And I was thinking to myself, then why don't we get stuff like this anymore? It's still fun today. If anybody knows any games like this they can recommend for any sort of systems, really, then let me know in the comments below, because I'll be quite keen to give them a go. Anyway, moving on. I would like it if the reticule could move a little bit quicker. I dare say you could probably change that in the options on the full game. Can't remember, I never tried it. Oh, let's shoot a missile and destroy. So, again, something else that impressed at the time, semi-destructive environment. I know you're not doing any real damage, but the fact it's affecting it alone. Something else that was impressive at the time that you didn't find in all the games. So what I mean about if you keep the second Beretta reloaded, you can hold on to it. This is actually not my favourite of the 3 games in the Die Hard trilogy. It's very good, and I dare say it's a lot of people's favourite. I liked the first one. It's a third-person shooter where you're in Nakatomi Tower, and you're just going around as Bruce Willis, or John McClane, taking out the terrorists on each level, with each level being a different floor of Nakatomi Plaza. Is it Plaza or Tower? I can't remember. Must mean I need to watch Die Hard again. Anyway, and the third game is a driving game. So, if you remember in Die Hard 3, there were bombs all over the city, so you're in a car, and you're basically racing to each location to get there before the bomb goes off. Probably my least favourite, because I was very bad at that. I don't think I ever got past level 3. I'm not great with games on timers. Perhaps I'm just a little bit too slow to react, I don't know, but I've never been a huge fan of them ever since my youth when I first started gaming. I do highly recommend to anybody who still collects for the PS1, get the Die Hard trilogy. I don't think it's mega expensive, and thoroughly worth it. Right, I've probably shown you enough of this now and waffled enough about Die Hard, but let's face it, we all love Die Hard, I'm sure. Let's move on to the next game. I've just skipped ahead a little bit for you, and right, I don't know what this is either, actually. Tashinda, let's give this a go. Helpful bit of prompting. And for some reason it's gone back to the first screen. Right, give me a second, let me see if I can get this to work.
Sorry guys, this one's not working either. As I said before, the disc is scratched and old.
Do you ever get that sinking feeling where just nothing's going to plan? Still, at least you know this is genuine. Right, let's try one of the greatest one-on-one fighters ever made. Tekken 2. Absolutely loved this back in the day. Haven't played it since then as well, so let's give it a go.
Yeah, me again. You know why I'm popping up. Can't get this one to work either. Sorry.
It's actually about an hour later now. I was getting a bit frustrated and thinking about giving up on this video, but I still think it could be fun and we can enjoy ourselves. So let's have another go. We're going to try some different games. just because I was enjoying myself until I had the technical problems, and hopefully you guys were too. So let's just try something else. I'm probably not going to try the golf game or the soccer game because I can't see you being that interested in that. Let's try Monster Trucks, see what that's all about. Again, it's a game that I can't remember or ever playing, I've got no idea about. Hopefully it's a racing game. Right, let's let this load up and see if we can change the view. Oh, that's better. Nice little noises when you crash. Well, there's nothing else on track with me, so I'm assuming it must be time trials as opposed to actual racing. I can't see any points popping up or anything when you do little jumps and things. This is disappointing. I mean, don't get me wrong, monster trucks are always going to be cool. That's just a fact. But I wanted to race or do something more, really. A quick look around, see if... Oh, that's a bit janky. That's brought back memories. I still do now, as I did back then, like action games like third-person shooters. And I remember trying to get little janky things like that to try and see through the walls where the enemies were and what they were. Just to get a little bit of a heads up, try and exploit the jank and the game's bugs to my own advantage. Anybody else do that? Either back then or now, because let's face it, not all games are launched perfectly. This is boring. I'm going to move on to the next game. Destruction Derby. This is a game I hadn't played a lot, but we're not going to be playing it now. This also brings me back. I completely forgot this used to happen. A non-playable demo. That was just a phrase of pure disappointment. You'd spent your £5 on your magazine to get your demo disc. You found a game you wanted to play just to end up basically watching a trailer. I feel they did us dirty with them, but it was all part of the experience. Bit of a shame, I was looking forward to revisiting this game. But look, you can see what it is. Banger racing round a track. It was good fun back then. I've got some nice memories of it. I'd completely forgotten about it until I saw it just then, and now it's reminded me that I had a lot of fun playing this game, especially in couch co-op. I can feel frustration setting in with this disc now, so I'm going to call it. Let's have a little chat.
And unfortunately, that's going to have to do it. I'm really sorry I couldn't get the games working. I really wanted to show you Tekken 2, one of the greatest fighters ever. And I was quite keen to play Wipeout as well, because I haven't played that since back in the day. But this is what happens when you're dealing with something that's over 30 years old and unfortunately not been looked after. I feel we've landed on a bit of a lesson there. Look after your discs. And always check them when you receive them if you buy them through eBay or something like that, so you don't end up with one that only half works like I have. Oh well. It was still fun to have a look through. Yes, I'd like to have played Ridge Racer as well, but hey-ho. I've enjoyed my little jaunt back to the 90s. I thoroughly enjoyed playing a demo disc for the first time many, many years. I hope you've enjoyed this little look with me too. Let me know your favourite games. For me, it is Crash Bandicoot. I've got so much nostalgia for that game. If you want to do the like and subscribe thing, please feel free. If not, I'm just grateful for you watching my video, as I always am. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Ta-da!